In this demo, I'll take you through a fictional malware attack based on very much non-fictional ransomware, which has been used to extort more than $150 million to date from its victims, despite the fact that in the US, in most cases, it's illegal to pay this kind of ransom, while in Canada, generally speaking, it's not illegal. Be aware, though, that paying a ransom doesn't ensure that you'll get your data back. In this demo, I'll use XDR Connect, Extended Detection and Response, not EDR, Endpoint Detection and Response, to detect this ransomware, and I'll use SOAR, Security Orchestration and Automated Response, to respond appropriately. You can run XDR Connect on premises, in the cloud, or as software as a service. You can run it in one cloud, public or private, while protecting assets across hybrid cloud. It's a set of collaborative applications that run over the top of existing IBM and non-IBM tools. You don't need to rip or replace anything. This demo is protected by IBM Security Verify, multi-factor authentication and adaptive access, which is another demo entirely. Once I'm logged in, I'll be showcasing the features used in XDR Connect to detect and respond to this cyber attack. On the left-hand side, you see My Applications, for example, Case Management, Data Explorer, Threat Intelligence Insights, and so on. And on the right-hand side, you see the default dashboard, Threat Intelligence Insights, which shows the latest threat activity around the globe, as well as IOCs, indicators of compromise, with an assigned IBM X-Force risk score, meaning how likely the threat is to be malicious. Scores range from 1 to 4, low risk, yellow square, 5 to 7, medium risk, orange diamond, and 8 to 10, high risk, red triangle. All scores may not show at all times. Let's take a quick look at the connectivity set up in this environment. I'm expanding connections and clicking on data sources. You can see AWS Cloud, Azure Sentinel, QRadar, Splunk, and others. You may have noticed that you can connect to multiple SIEMs simultaneously. You can also connect to systems that store asset data, for example databases and DNS servers. But they're not connected in this environment, as they're not part of this demo. If you'd like to see features or functionality that I don't cover today, I can arrange another session with our Security Elite team or Security Expert Labs. Threat Intelligence Insights are tailored to an organization, its industry sector or sectors, and its regulation, shown in Organization Profile. It's not that interesting, and I don't have access to change it in this environment. That's enough introduction. Let's see if we're infected with this malware. I'm clicking My Applications, Threat Intelligence Insights. The summary view shows you actionable intelligence to help identify and prioritize threats relevant to your organization. You're too busy to detect every threat, and we want you to be able to use your time to respond to the highest risks. Let's search for ransomware infection chain across the threat intelligence sources configured for this demo and see the results come in asynchronously. When the search is complete, the spinner changes to a green checkmark. I'm clicking the top search result. This IBM X-Force report is built on Cybereason research. The first tab gives you an overview of the threat. The next tab shows 24 indicators of compromise, and the last tab has related reports for additional information. I'm copying and pasting the overview reference URL and loading it into a new browser tab, which takes us to the Cybereason website. I'm scrolling down to the MITRE ATT&CK breakdown section and clicking Data Encrypted for Impact, which takes us to the MITRE ATT&CK website. We're going to use the tactic ID T1486 and the tactic Impact later in this demo. XDR Connect has two license types, Standard and Advanced. For Standard, search results include basic threat intelligence, and you can run an Am I Infected scan manually on any threat. For Advanced, search results include advanced threat intelligence, early warning research, and automated scanning. The X-Force threat score is made up from several factors to help you prioritize threats. Threat severity 15%, indicator risk 10%, your organization profile 25%, which is based on the risk to your organization and industry or industries, and your environment 35%, which started at 15%, you'll have to take my word for it, and increased to 35% after the first scan found one or more indicators in this demo environment. I'm clicking Am I Infected Scan again, so that XDR Connect starts a federated search across all data sources for the 24 indicators, leaving all data at its source, saving you data transfer time and money, and reducing risk of data exposure. I'm waiting a few seconds for the search to complete, so you'll be able to see 3 indicators were found in this environment. The threat score is updated, or remains the same if the score has not changed, and a case is opened automatically by SOAR, thus avoiding the need to switch tools. XDR Connect integrates with different third-party case management software, for example ServiceNow, but this demo uses the built-in application to keep things simple. On the left-hand side, I'm expanding Case Management and clicking Cases. Our case was initially named after the malware that was found. The tabs here help you manage the case and the work required to resolve the incident. On the right-hand side, in the Summary section, you can see the incident ID and incident type. At the moment, the flag is green, indicating a low impact at this stage of our investigation. I'm clicking Tasks. Don't be deceived if the view shows there were no results for this filter set or something similar, because after a moment that's automatically loaded with current information. Tasks are things necessary to close the case properly. Some tasks are automated, while others have manual interaction and require decision-making. Tasks are built dynamically from the playbook that's in use and vary according to the threat and our findings as our investigation proceeds. In the Initial Section Action column, I'm clicking the 3 dots, so you can see the action Confirm Ransomware equals Yes. We're going to pretend that someone found a ransom note. If there are no performable actions, and even when there are, I'm showing you that you can also click the task name link itself. Click Edit, update responses as necessary, and click Save. Complete and close. In the Engage section, I'm clicking Identify Ransomware Variant. I'm typing into the incident fields the name of the malware, T1486, and impact from earlier. Clicking Save. Notice the pop-up window, tasks were updated. I'm clicking Close and Complete and Close. And in Tasks, notice that 2 tasks have been added to the Engage section and 2 tasks have been added and already completed in the Detect and Analyze section. I'm clicking Artifacts to show the 3 hash values from the malware we found earlier were automatically transferred into the case. Artifacts in red are when an Am I Infected scan found them in our environment, and at least one threat intelligence source is configured, which it is. At this point, a SOC analyst would look for artifacts in other systems, but we'll look only at the first artifact and its hash value. In the Actions column, I'm clicking the 3 dots and Run Query in Data Explorer. This shortcut builds a STIX query in Data Explorer and converts into the syntax for each connected data source, so your SOC team doesn't have to be experts in different query languages. Results are converted back to STIX format and presented in the unified dashboard. When results are back from all systems, Results Complete appears in the corner of the window, which I'll acknowledge. In Results Over Time, I'm scrolling down so we can see the file name and hash value. We can also see the IPv4 address, the user account, and other details. I'm right-clicking the file name and Add Artifact to Case. If we'd used Data Explorer first instead of Threat Intelligence Insights and Am I Infected, then we could have added this artifact to a new case. I'm selecting the name of our existing case and I'm going to click Add Artifact. If you don't blink, you won't miss the pop-up window at the bottom of the screen. I'm clicking Add Artifact now, but I won't click the case link that pops up. That was the Detect stage. Moving on to the Respond stage next, over in Case Management and Cases. In Details, I'm clicking Edit. And in Implications, I'm changing the severity to Medium because Data Explorer found an indicator of the malware. On the right-hand side, see that the flag has changed from green to yellow. And see that there are no tables yet. I'm highlighting this to emphasize the point I'll make next. I'm clicking Artifacts, clicking the three dots to the right of the file name, and clicking Ansible File Search. When the search completes, the flag turns red as the file is physically found, so the severity is now high. Now I'm clicking Tables and scrolling down. I'm looking at Asset Data, Affected Systems, which shows 2 executives affected by the malware in this demonstration have been automatically disconnected from the network due to the sensitivity of their role. I'm clicking Notes so you can see that 2 emails were automatically sent to the SOC manager. And in Tasks, I'm marking Identify Assets as complete because I ran the Ansible search, and I'll pretend that we had the evaluation meeting and mark that as complete too. Let's deal with this malware by clicking Tables and the 3 dots next to the file name. You can crypt the file so it can't execute, and you can keep it as a sample or remove it. I'm clicking Ansible File Remove. The status goes from confirmed to pending and then deleted when the file is removed. If I'd crypted the file, then the status goes to disarmed. Both actions add IP address and user account as new indicators in Artifacts. In Artifacts, I'll also show how to stop the user from logging in on any other device. On the user line, I'm clicking the 3 dots and AD Users Search. Next, I'm switching to Tables and scrolling down to Users, clicking the 3 dots and AD User Deactivate. We'll expect a frustrated call from that executive in a few minutes. At any time, you can click Add Task to add a task manually. You can also add a task contextually from other places. If we hadn't identified the ransomware variant earlier, we would retrieve the MITRE attack details for this malware now. For example, by clicking Actions, MITRE Get Tactic Information, typing Tactic ID T1486, and tactic name, which is optional, Impact, and I'll click Cancel here. Actions MITRE Get Technique Information, typing Tactic ID T1486 and tactic name Impact. And Actions MITRE Get Technique Software, T1486 and Impact, and clicking Cancel. I'm clicking MITRE Attack Details and creating a task from the top attack technique. Clicking the 3 dots on the right-hand side and MITRE Create Task for Attack Technique. This provides a way to assign an activity, for example, please analyze the affected system, to a SOC analyst or IT administrator. Back in Tasks, I'm clicking the check mark next to Isolate Affected Systems, and under the list of tabs I'm clicking Selected and Mark Complete, as we just saw how this was automated by SAW and Ansible. I'll also mark the new task Isolate Backup Media as complete, and we'll ignore any new technical tasks the playbook creates from this point forward. So far you've seen technical features of XDR Connect, but there are also what I'll call business features, such as the Data Privacy Breach module, which helps you meet regulatory requirements. Let's assume the incident involves or might involve a leak of personally identifiable information, PII data. Based on my responses, the task list will be automatically updated with tasks where action is required according to laws in effect. For example, the PADA regulation. In Breach, I'm clicking Edit. To the question, was personal information or personal data involved? Let's assume the SOC analyst to whom we didn't assign that task completed it and let me know to answer yes. Is harm, risk, misuse foreseeable? Yes. Data was encrypted? Yes. And the data format was electronic. I'm clicking Edit Data Types and selecting contact information, personal information, and credit card data. This is a serious breach. And saving. I'm scrolling down to record distribution. The location of the breach and number of individuals affected can be a key factor depending on laws in effect and who needs to be involved from a legal standpoint. I'm clicking Edit Locations, I'm selecting Canada, and in record distribution, 1,234 for the number of affected individuals in Alberta, and saving. In Edit Regulators, I'm selecting Canadian provinces, Canadian federal, but not Canadian special regulators, as these are specific to the healthcare industry. And in the PPADA Breach Risk Assessment section, I'm answering yes to the questions: evaluate the sensitivity, evaluate the probability, and based on my overall risk assessment, and I'm clicking Save. I'll click Close. In Tasks, you can see additional tasks were added as you are legally required to report this breach to the authorities and individuals as per due dates according to regulatory deadlines. I'll go ahead and close the case to leave the environment in a ready state for the next demo. But before I do, is there anything I've demonstrated that you'd like me to show you again, or any aspect that wasn't clear? Okay. In this demo, we conducted a comprehensive threat management exercise using a single platform and unified interface, XDR Connect. We ran a federated search across our data sources and more than one SIM, and discovered malware in one of those data sources without replicating data into XDR Connect. The SOAR module automatically created a case for the incident and disconnected affected systems from the network. And we used SOAR automation to disable an executive account in Active Directory. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so we didn't see that call come in. In the last part of the demo, we were fulfilling our legal obligations and preparing to disclose a data breach to the authorities. There are many other integrations available in IBM Security App Exchange not shown in this demo, which you can use to supplement existing playbooks or create new ones to manage and automate SOC incident response in future. That concludes this Stand and Deliver. I hope you feel you now better understand IBM XDR Connect. Thank you for watching.